Hello, good morning, good afternoon, and good evening, everyone. I'm James Merrill of the Popcorn Ready podcast, and today's review is of The King of Staten Island movie. The King of Staten Island is a 15-rated comedy drama released in the UK on the 12th of June this year, directed by Judd Apatow, who also directed Knocked Up and The 40-Year-Old Virgin, which stars Scott as the main character, played by Pete Davidson, who is a 20-something lost soul who spends his days smoking weed as he tries to grapple with the grief of his dead firefighter father. With the crux of the whole movie basically being, will Scott be able to move on with his life? The film has a fairly big cast with loads of minor roles of friends and family members being included, which adds to the depth of the film in the sense of the mental health issues that Scott is going through and the grief he just somehow can't seem to express to others in his own life. He keeps saying and reiterating throughout the whole film that he's fine, but really everyone knows he isn't, with his mum being played by Marissa Tomei and his sister duly concerned by Scott and his actions throughout the whole film, which comes across really well. Scott is unwanting to change his ways at all, but when his mother starts seeing Ray, a current firefighter who is played by Bill Burr, things start to change, and how it unsettles Scott and the drama unfolds from there makes him have to think about what he wants to do with his life, career-wise or even living arrangements. For instance, he does have an interest in tattooing, but he's a bit hit and miss on that aspect, especially with some of his friends' dodgy tattoos, which is quite laughable in some of the scenes. But again, it's one of his passions, and the character himself is covered in ink all over his body. Scott is a likeable character, and everyone in the film does seem to gravitate towards him. We all know that one person who just seems to steal the show or, take everyone's attention without meaning to. And Pete Davidson really does shine front line and centre throughout this movie. He really does give it some star appeal. He also helped write the film as well as obviously being the main star. So kudos to you, Pete. Great job. I suppose what gives this indie-esque film some weight is the relationship between him and Ray and how it develops throughout the whole movie and the sort of love-hate relationship they develop. Bill Burr's performance as Ray was excellent. I don't think I would change him for any other actor. The storyline is a bit wishy-washy at points because you're really not sure what's going to happen or where the story's going to go, but in a weird way that does make it quite watchable. One of my favourite scenes is with Papa, played by Steve Buscemi, talking about Scott's father. It just seems a real heartwarming moment, and it seems like the character really is interested in knowing about his dad because he doesn't really know too much about him since he died at the age of 8, so his only real stories are the ones that his mum's got of him. So that's quite a sweet, poignant moment in the film there. And the ending, don't worry, I won't give too much away, but again, it's nice, albeit it does leave it quite open-ended, but I feel that's what the film and the director was going for. Now on to some more nitpicking moments and critiques of the film. It is very indulgent in length. I think the movie's over 2 hours long. And the humour certainly won't suit everyone. It's a very acquired, crude humour at times, which again, depends on the person. I think the relationship between his pals, Oscar, Igor and Richie, seems a bit too smooth sailing throughout the film. I don't quite believe things would go down as the movie portrays it. And lastly, the director does a very good job, but it certainly isn't in the same league as The 40-Year-Old Virgin and Knocked Up, two of his previous works. So, on to my ratings, people. Is it sweet or is it salted? I'm giving this one 7 out of 10. Worth a look if you think you'll find that type of humour funny. For me, it is good, but I'm not sure how rewatchable it is in a short space of time. As always, thank you for listening. Please feel free to subscribe to the channel and remember, smash the notification bell for me. Thank you.